You are so small! It's funny to me!
Denny the Dinosaur.
Now this one almost completely flew under my radar. It's not available on any conventional streaming platforms, so I had to pay £8 for it on Amazon Music, and I only discovered it by searching Dinosaur on the Broadway licensing website. On Amazon it has this cover that looks like a child's drawing, which still has 1,000 times the artistic merit of that awful AI crap that the so-called Dinosaur musical uses. The titular Denny the Dinosaur is a young Tyrannosaur who is much smaller than his peers, which is apt given that the musical itself is less than 20 minutes long with a mere 5 songs. Yet just like Denny himself, it punches above its weight. The setting is a world in which dinosaurs live like humans, brushing their teeth, using a bus, attending school, although only dinosaurs, as pterosaurs are still wild animals with no ability to speak. Our protagonist hates attending school due to being picked on by the other carnivores, who say he looks like a microraptor. This introduces us to the best character in the whole thing, a microraptor who is seemingly aware of his significance to future paleontologists.
As a microraptor, I find that banal comment on my species despicable. I'll have you know that microraptors are among the most abundant non-avian dinosaurs in our ecosystem, and we will be represented by more fossils than any other dromaeosaurid. Wait, how do I know that? How do I know that?
He's also regularly making comments about scientific accuracy.
So you're smaller than all the other bipedal carnivore tyrannosaurids, which generally have a more massive skull balanced by a long, heavy tail and large and powerful hind limbs. At least all tyrannosaurs have the same relatively tiny forelimbs, so you're okay there.
Nobody tell the teacher about that flying reptile.
A flying pterosaur, to be specific.
This is definitely the character I'd play if we were doing this show at school 20 years ago. Denny's other friend is a Brontosaurus named Mookie, and given that this musical was released at the start of 2016, that makes this the first musical to use this genus since its revalidation. There's also a Sauroposeidon.
I'm Sauroposeidon and I have the tallest view!
They only have one line in the opening number, which isn't a lot, but this is the only musical I know of to feature Sauroposeidon. The story gets into motion when the teacher decides to bring her own egg to school and entrust its protection from pterosaurs to the school bully, another T-Rex called Marcus. She does this immediately after berating Marcus for bullying Denny.
Marcus? That's enough! No show and tell for you today.
But...
Shh! Be quiet! I expect better from you. So, I'm going to give you a big responsibility to prove to me that I am right. You alone will be in charge of watching over my egg for the day.
So I really don't know what she expected, but inevitably a pterosaur steals the egg. Wait a minute, this is just Disney's Dinosaur again! The gang then chase after it and find the egg in a deep hole that the pterosaur dropped it into. Micro is too frightened to go into the small hole, so of course Denny saves the day and retrieves it, to the relief of the teacher and gaining him the respect of Marcus. And that's the entire thing. It's a cute little story with a good message about heroes coming in all shapes and sizes, with a few fun references to the fossil record, mostly courtesy of the Microraptor. This is the first musical on this list so far that I unironically enjoyed listening to, so it's a shame that as far as I know it's never been performed outside of the original recording. Besides being generally unheard of, I think the main thing holding back this show from being performed is, ironically, its size. With only 5 proper characters and a less than 20-minute runtime, unless you're a private school with a ludicrously small class size, you're more likely to seek out something longer that more children can be involved in. That being said, this is my first recommendation of the series. If this sounds like something you'd want to listen to, it's available to buy and download on Amazon Music. Hold on, I'm getting word that Lindsay Zano and James Napoli have published a new paper that confirms that Denny's diminutive size is due to him representing an entirely different miniature Tyrannosaur genus.